Demon Cuts. No polish, no mercy, just truth. Some albums don't just play, they cut you open. This one carved me deep. Zakk Wylde, Book of Shadows. Let's make the cut. Welcome to the Demon's Cut. No polish, no mercy, just truth. Every episode of the Demon's Cut is going to be about music that has inspired me on this journey of survival. So it's 1996. Ozzy Osbourne is retired again, or maybe it was the first time, I don't remember. Zakk Wylde was drifting. He had done the Pride and Glory gig. Southern rock with little Leonard Skinner, little Ozzy all mixed together. It's a really cool album if you've never heard it, but it didn't pan out for him. He tried out for Guns N' Roses or had an audition or jammed with them. I like to say he didn't try out. He just jammed with them. It didn't work. Axl didn't know what he wanted to do back then. Zakk was probably too big of a personality for what he was trying to do. So he was kind of drifting. He didn't have Black Label Society yet. And while he's in this limbo, he found Book of Shadows. And later, we're going to talk about Book of Shadows 2 in another episode because that's just as badass as this one is. Book of Shadows doesn't have walls of amps. The solos aren't for show. They're just stripped down, Southern soul, acoustic style confessions. This wasn't Zakk, Ozzy's hired gun. This was Zakk, the outlaw, carving his own path. Hell, he didn't even have a beard yet. I'm going to give you 4 songs that really hit me, but I want you to know that every song on this album fucking hit me right here, man. Right here. I love this album. I found this album by accident. I had heard it before. I used to listen to Pride and Glory. I listened to this a couple times. I thought it was cool, but it wasn't what I was into at the time. But then this year, I was looking for some music to put on a bed for an Instagram reel that I was making. I was just learning how to do this. I was on Instagram typing in songs. I put in the word empty because that's how I was fucking feeling that day. And the song Way Beyond Empty came up. I remember that. The first song on this album is the first song on my list, Between Heaven and Hell. The main lyric that caught me is the first line of that song. Hit it home for me. Dying to live, living to die. Ain't no hellos here, nothing but goodbyes. And the way Zakk does his cadence on this line makes it. It's not that it's these crazy lyrics, but the way that he says, dying to live, he adds an accent in interesting positions. And it really hit home for me. It really did. It was cool. I love it. And that first line is not just a lyric. It feels like a life sentence. Zakk drops you in the fire that he's feeling right from the rip. And I needed that. And then the way that he sings the chorus, hey, hey, now. It's both tough and it's sweet and it makes me cry almost every single time that I listen to it. I get choked up thinking about it right now. It's just one of those songs, one of those lines that's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. For me, it begins and ends with Way Beyond Empty. If you haven't heard this song, I would really appreciate it if you go listen to it. And I will put it on what I'm starting a new podcast playlist. And I'm going to use all those playlists or all those songs that you guys recommended this week when I did the Songwriters for Survival episode. I'm going to start a playlist. We're going to do a playlist together and you guys be able to go listen to it. I'm going to make sure that this is on there tomorrow. The playlist will be up tomorrow. Well, today, if you're watching it on Friday, It'll be up today on Spotify. I'll put a link down below. When you click on this and you watch this, make sure you subscribe, please, if this hits you at all. And then go to the Spotify playlist. And if that hits you at all, subscribe to that playlist. And you'll be able to continue to listen to the new songs that we add, okay? I think there was maybe 6 songs suggested in the chat on Facebook this week. And I'm going to take those songs. I'm going to take this and a couple other songs. I might put all 4 of these in there. Actually, I will put all 4 of these on there. I'm going to throw the corruption songs that I've been using in the episodes in case you want to hear them. I'm going to throw, I think there's one of the LA Nights that's up there. I'm going to try and throw that on there too. Okay, we'll start a playlist. I just decided right now. We're going to start a playlist. We're going to start putting songs on there, songs that mean something to me. As I release songs that you hear on here, they'll be going on there, which I got some good news about that later. But let's talk about Way Beyond Empty. Again, Zakk punches you in the face with the first line. And he says, if I could, I surely would, child. Ease your pain. And this came at a time when all I wanted to do was hug somebody. All I wanted to do was make everything better. And when I heard this, and when I think about that moment now, I get it right here, I get choked up. It's like Zakk was there with me. Like he was writing a soundtrack to go with me, with what I was going through. The chorus, you leave me way beyond empty inside. And again, his cadence, you leave me way beyond empty inside. The way that he does it and the pauses he uses and the breaks that he uses are vital to the melody and to how it makes you feel. And then he goes on with awaiting my last day to arrive. It's bittersweet because he's so sad about what happened that he's just waiting to die or waiting to move on or waiting to be free of this person. And I don't think you could get any better at describing what was going on with me that day when I found this. And so then I put it on, I was working out. And it just, the whole album caught me then. This song, these lyrics, this album, it rips me open, stitches me back together, all in the same breath, all in the same line, all in a chorus, spread out over an album. I mean, it's amazing. Another song that I really like off this album is Dead as Yesterday. It's bleak, it's stripped down, it has silence that's heavier than riffs. And sometimes silence has to weigh more than any riff. And Zakk found that on this album. The unsung glory, my unsung glory on this album is a song called I Thank You, Child. If you skip this track, you're going to miss the entire soul of the album. It's beautiful. It's heartbreaking. It's how I felt at this time. So the first time this album really hit me was that week I got out of jail. I couldn't sleep. I was just trying to survive in the morning. I'd be up before the sun. I worked out in this dark, hazy room because I didn't want to turn the lights on. I wasn't ready for metal, but I needed some music to drive me a little bit. And I turned to a Book of Shadows. First, it was sadness. And then it seemed to pull that out of me. Then anger came, and it seemed to pull that out. The fear and loneliness. It helped me deal with all of this. And somehow, Zakk was singing like he was going through it all right there with me. Like he was sitting in the corner of the room watching. One of his lines would take away my breath, and then the next would give it back and give me hope. I'd be sobbing mid-workout, crying, tears running down my face. then I'd find the strength when he sings something like, "Leave me way beyond empty inside." Because if someone as tough as Zakk Wylde could be that broken and still push through, then so could I. That's what pulled me through one of the darkest weeks of my life, and then continue to do it for the first 2 months of my life, or of this year. I listened to it almost every day for 2 months. And someday I want to tell him face to face what this record means to me. Because Book of Shadows is the reason that I'm going to do the Josie Cole solo album. It's the reason it's going to even exist. Because I feel what he felt, and I want to share what I feel with people. Now listen, heavy doesn't always mean loud, because even warriors need confessional booths. The heaviest Zakk album, and it doesn't even have a single distorted riff. This wasn't just adrenaline music like everything else that he'd done. It was endurance music. It helped you survive. So that was this week's Demon's Cut. Zakk Wylde's Book of Shadow. That's the cut. Take it and bleed with it. That was this week's Demon Cut. Zakk Wylde's Book of Shadows. That's the cut. Now take it and bleed with it. And don't forget, episode 6 of Louder Than My Demons drops Tuesday at 8 a.m. Don't miss it. Toxicity, trauma bonds, and maintaining your sobriety. Hit subscribe so you never miss a cut, a shot, or a sermon.